Every morning, the same aquatic ballet takes place in the centre of Brussels. At 10 a.m, a van pulls up in front of this Portuguese seafood restaurant. The chef inspects the produce, and especially where the fish is from.
É muito importante saber de onde vem o peixe, porque as pessoas de mais e mais se ocupam de tudo quanto é ecológico e gostam de saber o que comem e de onde vem, e se são alimentos em bom... um peixe, no caso, se é um peixe em boa saúde, se foi pescado em lugares fiáveis.
On Teresa's menu, all the fish and shellfish have been fished responsibly. That is to say, from fishing that advocates the sustainable use of resources in harmony with the environment. Teresa favours species of fish that are not overfished and does not hesitate to use aquaculture produce.
Respeitar as épocas de reprodução é muito importante, permite a longo termo guardar certas espécies que podem estar em vias de extinção e tenho esse cuidado em conjunto com o meu fornecedor de, quando são os períodos de reprodução, fazer recurso à peixicultura.
Customers of this restaurant appreciate the chef's approach to offering sustainable fish. They do not mind changing their eating habits. These two young women, for example, are fully aware that they won't be eating endangered species here.
Ce qui fait peur aux gens, justement, ce qui les empêche de changer leur habitude alimentaire, c'est un peu d'avoir l'impression qu'ils sont les seuls à agir, qu'il n'y a pas de mouvement de masse, etc. Mais je pense que si chacun apporte sa petite pierre à l'édifice, qu'on peut y arriver. Si chacun se responsabilise par rapport à ce qu'il consomme ou par rapport à ce qu'il utilise comme produit, que ça peut changer les choses.
In fact, consumer awareness in favour of sustainable fishing is far from an isolated phenomenon. 88% of European consumers want to consume sea produce from stocks generated in a responsible manner. This is the main information to emerge from a WWF survey carried out in 14 countries.
It doesn't come as a surprise that so many people felt that. I think if there was a surprise, it was just how consistent this finding was across all 14 countries. So that shows just how common the concern is amongst the European consumers that we should not be overfishing. We should not be throwing dead fish back into the water. We should manage our fisheries properly and give real value to the industry.
Supply channels have already taken this consumer demand on board. This is Sidera in the north of Spain. It's just before 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and the fishing boats have returned to port. Most of them have been at sea for 24 hours, fishing along the coast. The fishermen that you see here all make their living from small-scale fishing. Most of them are shareholders in the SME L'Enchaîné Directo, a small and medium-sized enterprise responsible for selling their fish.
L'Enchaîné Directo, como empresa de comercialización, no vende todos los productos. Vende solamente productos en un 90% de la pesca artesanal, pero incluso dentro de estos productos no vendemos, por ejemplo, especies que pensamos que están en una situación de escasez.
Cynthia works for L'Enchaîné Directo. She is responsible for buying fish at the Sidera auction. She spots batches of fish that will enable her to fulfill the orders from around 100 clients, mainly slow food restaurants in Madrid or Barcelona, and specific consumer groups concerned with the issue and open to change.
Nuestros clientes valoran muchísimo toda esa información que le damos y además muchas veces pues entienden que no haya una especie de pez. Por ejemplo, quieren merluza y yo le digo pues que no han pescado merluza y aceptan, en vez de comer merluza, comer faneca. Aceptan el cambio de un pez por otro con el fin de luchar por la sostenibilidad pesquera.
L'Enchaîné also offers them guarantees of traceability. At any given time, the customer can find out the name of the boat, who caught the fish, and how. Moreover, L'Enchaîné practices direct selling, from the sea to the consumer. In this way, the SME avoids middlemen. In terms of price, it benefits both the sustainable consumer and the responsible fisherman who favours the capture of mature fish.
A lo mejor interesa pescar un poco menos y más grande porque valen más dinero. Ahí entra el lonchana. El lonchana hay que peces grandes, no pequeñitos. Nosotros queremos peces grandes. Un pez así grande vale mucho dinero. Uno así pequeñito, una caja mata 50 y valen €1. Uno grande, uno solo, vale 50 euros. Esa es la diferencia.
4 a.m. This hypermarket in Rambouillet, France, is supplied by a fleet of articulated lorries. Among them is the refrigerated truck bringing the cargo of frozen fish. Sustainable fishing is not just a matter for specialised restaurants or assertively positioned SMEs. Large distribution groups are also starting to play their part. Since 2007, Carrefour has identified the best sources of supplies in order to be able to offer its customers frozen fish certified to be from sustainable fishing.
Maintenant, je pense qu'on peut parler d'une gamme de produits en tant que telle et puis une gamme de niche. Au début, évidemment, ça l'était, il y avait très peu de produits. Maintenant, elle est centrale puisqu'elle est venue en substitution de produits phares. Et maintenant, c'est le produit phare qui porte le logo MSC. Donc le cabillaud chez nous, ce sera celui-ci. On a un produit discount, il est MSC également. Vous voyez, discount, c'est vraiment, c'est pas censé être une niche, quoi. C'est vraiment pour le plus grand nombre.
In the space of just 4 years, this range has made spectacular progress. The offer has multiplied tenfold, and it now has around 30 references to respond to customers' ever-increasing demand. The appeal of fish from sustainable sources is a reality.
On va éviter de prendre du thon rouge, par exemple. Oui, tout à fait, oui, on est un peu sensible à ça.
On fait très attention à ce qu'on consomme. Moi, j'essaie de faire attention.
Si on choisit des espèces qui ne sont pas spécialement en danger, on peut aider à notre manière à préserver l'ensemble des espèces.
Je prends celui-ci parce que celui-ci, il est fait dans des bonnes conditions et je risque d'en retrouver dans 10, 15 ans, 20 ans. Voilà. Et moi et ceux qui arrivent derrière.
In its reform of the Common Fisheries Policy, the European Commission is adopting a sustainable approach to fish stocks, whilst getting the best out of European fisheries. And the results will be all the more meaningful if European consumers choose their fish thoughtfully.
The consumer is very important. When the consumer is going to the supermarket and pick up a product, then he can decide. He can decide by his fork.
Just like this Belgian mother, consumers are becoming more and more proactive. They buy less on instinct and more on reason. They are better informed and are more apt to decode the information on packaging. For example, Natasha has found fish fingers whose content has been sustainably fished. Opting for this type of product encourages good fishing practices and preserves the oceans for future generations.